right. I think we've got a low-hanging fruit question here for us. So we'll be able to answer this question by a show of fingers on your hand. Here's the question. If there are multiple teams working on the same product, then how many definitions of done will be created? On the count of three, give me your vote. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Shortest
That's a
video
wrap.
ever. All right.
Well, what happens if we don't, though?
Yeah, let's dig into this. One of the things that I like to tell students, because sometimes students struggle with this, like, wait a minute, no, if I've got 3 teams and they each are developing stuff, they each need to know when they're going to be done. And I think this stems from a misunderstanding of the definition of done. The definition of done defines the quality required for a product increment to be considered done or usable, releasable to the customer. It's a quality standard. So if I've got 3 teams, let's say, or it could be 9 teams, whatever, but if I've got multiple teams and they each have a different standard of quality, what does that mean about my quality of my product? It's going to be inconsistent at best. And so some parts of my product are going to be really high quality, some parts are going to be lower quality or just have different quality standards, and this is going to cause a problem for the product. I mean, we could dig into some examples. I'll let one of you guys maybe take a concrete example, but we want a consistent level of quality, a consistent standard of quality across a single product. If we're talking about different products, then sure, you might have different definitions of done, but you're talking about different products at that point. If we've got multiple teams on one product, they have to have a shared definition of done, so we have consistent quality throughout that product.
Totally agree. I can think of a small, perversion might be the wrong word here, but one where, hey, maybe it makes sense to have different definitions of done, but there's a smell here. So let's think about an example where we're building a product, but we're aligned to components of that product. For example, we're building automobiles, and I have the automobile engine team, and then I have the wheel team and the brakes team. All of their definitions of done would look very different, but notice they don't make the same thing. They are not interchangeable teams. I can't take the brakes team and put them on the wheels. They may not be qualified. And so why is that a problem? Because what if the wheel team is working really fast and they're all drinking lots of Red Bull and they're doing really well and they've built up all these wheels, but we can't get a single engine done? You think you're going to sell a car? Nope. Business goes bankrupt. But if there's a point where the engine people are realizing, hey, we got too much stuff going on, we could use some help, and they can pull in other people from other teams, maybe we could focus more on getting the cars out the door and not just so much our individual components. So if you are looking at definitions of done that are drastically different, you might be organized into functional silos, and that may not be helping you from a systems level of getting a new product out the door. So consider a new structure.
I've seen teams, multiple teams, in which you've got some teams that have their own standards of processes to arrive to the definition of done that are different than other teams. So not all teams are created equal. I might have a different way of working than, say, Rob does, for instance, but we all have to arrive at the same baseline standard. How you get there might differ just a little bit. But the end product needs to arrive at that baseline standard. So what happens if you have some teams that are a little bit more efficient or effective in doing their work? The question I might have is, can they have a more refined definition of done for their own team that allows them to be more effective at arriving to that quality standard than, say, another team who they don't have it written down, but they just feel good about the process and they end up meeting the standard every single sprint? Is that okay? Is that technically two different standards or two different definitions of done? I think maybe I'm in the anti-pattern here by raising another question inside of a question. I think the key is, though, that we hit that baseline. That baseline is considered standard for the product as a whole. If you want to be above and beyond within your team, I suppose that's up to you, but you got to at least meet that baseline standard.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. Did you like what you heard? If so, you're going to love our Scrum classes. See, not only do we talk about these ideas on YouTube, we're also professional Scrum trainers, and we'd love to have you in one of our classes. So if you need to level up as a Scrum Master or a product owner, maybe you need to learn how to scale Scrum or combine Kanban or UX with Scrum, Click the link in our description and you'll find a list of our upcoming classes.
If this is your first time to our channel and you're interested in growing in your agility and understanding things like Scrum and other Agile topics, then be sure to get started by subscribing right now and hit that alert button. I don't want you to miss the thing.